Welcome guys in a tutorial where we will be making an endless runner in GODOT 4.2. And if you will like this video, you might wanna check out the game that I'm working on my channel. So yeah, let's get started. So first, make a character body 2D and name it the player. And then add a sprite 2D and put whatever image you want in there. I downscaled it a bit because it was too big for me. And then add a collision shape. Then add a script to the player and code so he can basically move. You can set the speed to whatever you like. Moving to the stopping because it feels kinda stiff, so yeah, you can change it. Then add a new scene and you can call it level 1 or level, whatever you want. Then add the player to the scene. Then make a new scene with an area 2D, you can call it spike or whatever you want, an enemy, something that the player will be able to hit while he's running. Then add a sprite 2D, you can put whatever sprite in there you want. And then add a collision shape 2D. Then you can set the collision layer to 3 on the spike or whatever, and you might wanna set the player's collision layer to 1. Then to the level scene add a marker 2D and name it spawn position or whatever again you want. Then add a timer and set it so it will auto start. And then basically make a script for the level and connect the timer to the level's script. Then we want to code so that the timer will randomize when the game will start. Then make a variable and call it whatever the player will hit while running. For me it's a spike, and then basically write what I wrote there. And make a script for the spike so it will basically move and make the illusion that you are running. Then we want to make that spawn position randomize its position when the timer times out, basically. And yeah, right, that the timer's wait time randomizes too. So yeah, I basically checked here where the top of the map is and where the bottom of the map is. You can check that too if you want, obviously, or you can just write what I wrote there. So yeah. Then add a static body to the scene. You may call it invisible wall or just create a sprite for the wall and make a normal wall, but in my game there's no art, so yeah, we will have to go with the invisible walls. And yeah, just you can set their layers to 2 and their collision masks to 1, because we set the player's collision layer to 1 and the collision mask to 2, so it can mask with the walls, so it can collide it can collide with the walls. So yeah. Then make the enemy or the spike or whatever collide with the player, and then connect it to its code and basically code that when it hits the player, then the scene basically restarts. And I basically changed that it gets the tree and called deferred that reloads current scene, because I got an error, and yeah, I fixed it just like that. So yeah, write that instead of what I wrote before. Here I wanted to make the timer time out every 0 point something seconds, but if you want to do that, then instead of making the randy range and then between that second and that second randomize it, change it to rand range if you want to use float instead of int, and use these smaller numbers. And then make a new script called global and basically do what I do here on this video. Then go into the settings and try to find a setting called auto loading, choose the global script and add it and close that, and yeah. Make a new function called add speed in the global script, obviously. Then in the level scene we will create a timer and set it to like probably like 5 seconds, but I set it to like 1, but I will change it later on because we want to increase the speed of the objects, of the spikes that the player can hit every 5 or anything that you will set it to seconds. Then we are going to add a label. Before that you probably should add a canvas layer, but for some reason I just didn't add it at first. Like, we don't need it in this project because we don't have a camera. When you have a camera, then we need a canvas layer. We don't have a camera in this game, but we could still use a canvas layer. And you can just play with the font settings. Then we are going to write some script for the score, obviously in the global code. Then add another timer, and you can call it whatever you want, really. Basically, this may not seem that big of a endless runner, but if you add a moving background to it, it looks really like you are running. I may do a tutorial on how to do that, but you know, I don't have a background, I don't have art, so I can do that, but yeah. Then make a new scene, because basically we will now make a score booster that every second you will get 1 score, but if you get a booster it will multiply by the amount of the boosters you have. Then make a script for the boosters, and we will now what am I even doing here? I'm going to fart. Now in the body entered function, write what I wrote on the screen, and yeah, obviously if you haven't, then set the collision mask of the boost to 1 and collision layer to nothing. Then you have to make another timer, so yeah, and you can name it whatever you want. You can then obviously connect the timeout signal to the level. And then I'm basically changing that old code, so instead of adding the 1 to the variable times, I think it was called, I'm just adding 1 to the multiply function, which is obviously in the level script. And then we are basically in the multiply function restarting the timer that restarts the multiplication of the score. Now we are coding so that the score text will actually tell you the score that you have earned already. Then duplicate the spawn position, and you can call it like booster position or something like that, because we will use the next marker for the booster's position. Then duplicate the timer we made for the spikes, or just create a new one, and doesn't really matter what you set to right now, because we will still randomize it later on. And make the timers to.wait time equal rand range instead of randy range, and in the boosters code add a q3 function to the body entered signal. And in the booster's code, change the owner to the get parent. And then add a visibility notifier to the booster. I added some particle effects, but you really don't have to. And you can see scale the visibility notifier, then make the screen exited, and on screen exited just type Q3, don't type all of what I'm typing here, because yeah, it's nonsense. Just type Q3 on screen exited. And give the spike a visibility notifier as well, connected to the spike's code, and just type Q3 as well in there. So yeah, I thank you for watching, guys, and I hope all of you liked the video. So yeah, basically you can check out the other videos I have made on my channel, detailed vlogs of my video game, and yeah, you can set the global dot score to 0 when the game fires up. So yeah, I thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.